Nick. Maria Morales with Throwing Bows Podcast. How you?
Once again, we'll begin with a few questions from our media. Maria, your line is now live.
Nick, Maria Morales with Throwing Bows Podcast. How you doing today?
I'm very good. I feel great.
Awesome. So, just to ask you, obviously, you're coming off of a bit of a layoff, not fighting since 2019. How excited are you to get back into the cage? And do you feel like there's going to be any, jitters after such a long layoff?
Last time I had a long layoff, I had 2.5 years off. I won in the first round, so I think that it's just an attitude thing. It's just it all comes down to perception and how you deal with things, and I think that I'll be fine. I actually felt worse when I was fighting like every other month. I feel good, I feel rested, and I feel ready to go.
Thank you.
Luke?
Hey, Nick. Luke from Empire Universe. How are you, man?
Fantastic.
That's good to hear. So what have you and your team been working on for this fight?
Obviously, I'm fighting a guy that's a pretty good fighter. He has good striking. He looks like, I don't know if he looks like necessarily a great wrestler, but he's strong. And he'll power out of things, and he has good cardio. And he has a lot of submission wins. So I'm just kind of doing my thing and focusing on myself and worrying about me being the sharpest version of myself, so I can dominate wherever the fight goes and dictate where the fight goes and where I want the fight to take place. I've had a great camp, and I've had great people around me, and I've added a lot of things in this camp that have been super beneficial, and is going to make a big difference.
Thanks, Nick. Good luck on Friday night.
Thank you.
Mateo?
Hey, Nick, Matteo Urelli here from Boxeo Mundial. Looking forward to another victory on Friday night. Just a quick question on what becoming a father has meant to your life, both in training and how you approach being efficient with your training and getting the most out of every minute away from home.
Oh, Mateo, my buddy. One of my favorite reporter right here, honestly. Good friend. So, anyway, being a father is tough, to be honest with you. It's hard when you have a fight camp coming up, because kids are a lot of work, and it's not easy being a father. It's easy making children, but being an excellent father is a tough job. It's a full-time job, and it requires a lot of your time. But when you fight, if you want to be the best, you have to be selfish. So for me, being selfish was hard, but it was something that I had to do for this fight camp. So my wife and her mother stepped up big time and kind of carried a lot of the weight and responsibility of some of these things. And every second that I had that wasn't training was dedicated to my children and my family. So, after this fight, obviously, is my 2-year-old. I have him signed up for soccer, so I'm excited for that. And I think that's what I'm looking forward to most after this fight. But, balancing all that is definitely tough, because you have to make sacrifices one way or the other. And when it's time for fight camp, you have to focus on the fight.
Well, it's good to hear, man. I have a stepdad, and we have a saying in my house that he's not the stepdad, he's the dad that stepped up. But I just have a follow-up question. I was reading a story about your early career, and you spent some time in South Florida, I understand, training, and really had some early success in your career, some first-round victories. And I understand there was a mentor named Florida Doug who kind of took you in and taught you the ropes, taught you about life, taught you about mixed martial arts. And I just wanted to know, it's not really a national story, but what Florida Doug has meant to your life and your career.
So Florida Doug is, he taught me a lot about business, is what he did. He taught me that anything is possible, and sometimes even if you're just having a sandwich, your dreams can come true. So if you're listening, Florida Doug, I appreciate everything you've done for me, and the motivation you gave me to start a business and start a family and fight at the highest level. So I appreciate you, Florida Doug.
You're the man, Nick. Looking forward to Friday. Go get him.
Yep.
All right, Michael?
Hey, Nick, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Awesome, brother. I wanted to ask you. You've been active inside the MMA industry for almost 12 years. Well, for over 12 years. How do you keep finding the fuel, to continue with that passion in your life?
I'm a competitive guy. Ever since I was a little kid, I loved competing. I loved winning. I hated losing. Obviously, you handle it. You take it on the chin and you handle it the right way. But for me, the rush of winning and getting your hand raised, because I wasn't always best. When I started off wrestling, I lost my first 17 matches, and I went on to be all-state. And my senior year, I won 53 matches. I went on college, all this, so I know what it's like to be counted out. I know what it's like to lose. So when I got that first taste of victory, it was something special, and I kind of got addicted to it, And here I am, all these years later, still doing it and loving every second of it.
Awesome. Thank you, and good luck on Friday.
Thank you.
Jeff Brantley, the Man in the Cage podcast. Nick, 2020 was such a frustrating year for everyone, but especially for you. I count 2 fights that you had canceled. Just how frustrating of a year was it? And then how excited are you to get back into the cage this Friday?
I mean, frustrating is a very accurate word, especially considering I feel like I have a lot that I want to show and a lot that I want to prove. And I had these 2 opportunities. I made weight, which isn't necessarily the easiest thing to do for me, and I kind of had the rug yanked out from underneath me. So I'm looking forward to getting out there and fighting. I think that you're shaped by adversity, and when bad things happen, it's not necessarily the worst thing in the world. It's really how you deal with it, and I've taken everything in stride and used this as motivation to be better, to get better, and to be the best version of myself.
Thanks, Nick. Good luck Friday night.
Ronald?
This is Ronald E. Smith. Nick, I just want to follow up on that. You said that, it's the feeling that you had having the rug yanked right out of you. But who was there for you just to keep your spirits up and just to keep you looking ahead for just brighter days?
I mean, really, it comes down to yourself, right? You got to be the one that decides what you want to do. Other people don't decide what kind of path you want to take, what things you want to do with your life. No one can tell you how to feel or what to do. I just stayed positive, stayed motivated, and stayed on the path. I'm a martial artist first, so I'll be training my whole life. Even after I'm done fighting, I'll still be dedicated to progress and getting better and doing things like that. So it wasn't hard for me to get back to training.
Last one here. Dylan?
Hey there, Nick. Appreciate you making some time.
Yeah. I appreciate you having questions for me.
I'm just curious because, this is a big show with the, fans being back in attendance. And I saw your relatively recent tweet where you're saying MMA shorts that look like jorts or nah. Are you going to break out the jorts shorts for this big show here?
If they had jort shorts, I would wear them. But unfortunately, no fight company has fight shorts that look like jorts. And I think that they're messing up. I think that they could be making a lot of money doing something like that. And maybe that's something that I need to jump on after this. And you'll see a lot more fighters rocking the jorts, and I'll actually make a special dad edition cargo short looking one for all the fathers that fight out there with nice big fake looking pockets on it.